What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday, it is Capture Rate Day, and we still haven't got ourselves a wardy, which is really annoying, but recently I've been trying to get the Staeus that we need to make 2 Velks. We have the Hobbit feet that we need, and I think we have 9 Stauses. So if we quickly go down to Velk, which should be around about here. No, there it is. We have 10, we need 12. So we need 2 more. We have more. We have 3 more Hobbit feet that we need. Once we get 2 more Stauses, we never need to go hunt down a Staeus again, unless we decide to fuse something later down the track. But for now, that is what we need, and that's what we're going to go for in this episode. To start with, at least, hopefully we get both of them. Let's just change our runes here. Hopefully we get both of them, and then we can go back to getting a wardy or a Driffin or a whatever else. Maybe we'll do some raids instead of wardy, because we've done that a little bit in the last few Thursday episodes. Okay, knock my fishing thing out of the way, and what are we doing? Let's get started. So we have our 100% capture rate here, and then we have our 40% from these runes. So we got 140%, and then the bonuses from the capture rate here as well. So we got like 340%, which is not bad. I need to make sure that I have don't decline. There we go, on Steam, because sometimes, depending on what platform I'm playing on, I do certain things, and usually capture rate I do on my phone or tablet or whatever when I'm watching TV, and that way I have that unclicked, unchecked, whatever it be, on my phone. But on Steam, or when I'm recording, I usually have it clicked, because we're generally not doing dungeons for the rare and common fams. We're usually doing it for epics, so I had to double check that, which is good that I did, otherwise we'd be wasting time. So we only need the 2 Stauses. Hopefully that comes fairly quickly and we can move on. But there we go, there's one of them. He won't join because he's a dick. Oh, he showed me up. Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe that's what we got to do. We just got to abuse the fams. And then they like, well, I'll show you. I'll join you. Like, reverse psychology, all that good stuff. All right, so next time wardy or Driffin or something comes up, we'll just like call him a piece of shit, and we'll see if that works. We did once capture something by clicking on it 3 times. You know, you got to try and remember what works, right? Any superstition will do. It's like, oh, I clicked on this guy 3 times last time he joined. Clicked 3 times. No, it didn't work. Shit. All right, well, that superstition's wrong. And here we go. All right, you're a piece of shit, and I hate your mum. Yeah, no. The mum was too far. Nobody should ever say anything bad about anyone's mum. Mums are the best. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have mums. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have dads too, to be fair. Well, I mean, there's always sperm donors and stuff, but that still came from a guy. So we wouldn't be here without our parents. No one should ever mock other people's parents. That's my stand on things. So 1 dungeon down, 1 Staeus down. Let's hope 2 dungeons down, 2 Stauses down. I think I have like 40 something. I think they're called golems, and that's a Zorg. I remember that because I like the look of him as a mount. I think I have like 40 plus, 30 plus, I should say, of these guys. All right, we don't really need him, so let's not just call him a piece of shit. And he appreciated the fact that we did not call him a piece of shit. So sometimes it can work both ways. If you don't need a fam, be nice to them. They'll join you. If you need a fam, treat them mean, keep them keen. And they won't join you because you need them and they're being a piece of shit. That's how it works. So we are rocking the snowman, which I find hilarious because I live in Australia and, oh, here we go. Okay. You are rude. Fucking works. I mean, that was a sick burn, right? You are rude. Oh, he's never going to recover from that. Shit. It's like a what, 4-year-old insult? You're rude. Okay, well, we completely forgot to do anything to Zorg. Let's leave all the insults out of it until we get an epic, and we'll try it. What the hell was I saying? I was on a topic. Oh, yeah. So, snowman is a really funny foreign concept to me for Christmas, because I live in Australia, and Christmas here is the middle of summer, and it's like 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 100 and something Fahrenheit, I think, or it's up there. So it's like son of a bitch of heat. It's disgusting. and I hate summer, and it's too hot and everything else. So the whole like I'm dreaming of a white Christmas and snowmen and stuff from like, you know, the US and whatever, because it's the opposite. So when we're in summer, you guys, if you're in the US at least, are in winter and all that. So anything to do with like snow and stuff in summertime always kind of makes me a little giggly, because it's so far from what I know. And as an Australian, I don't really know snow either. We do have snow here. Like, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near where I live. For me to see snow, I have to drive like 4 hours. And yeah, no. I've seen snow twice in my life. Once when I was a little kid, and I don't remember it at all, but there's photos of me. And 2 was like 11 years ago. I was like 22, and I went with my girlfriend at the time, my ex-girlfriend. And we went just for like a day trip, and it rained the whole time, and so it was like sludge. So I don't really have any knowledge of snow. But I know that if you live in an area that it snows constantly, like Sweden and Canada and all these type of places, which I have multiple online friends of, they say like it's a pain in the ass and you got to shovel it, and it's always cold and it's blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's like a huge novelty in it. And like if I saw snow, I'd be like go out of my mind with happiness. So there you go. If you hate snow, come to Australia. If you love the heat, come to Australia. If you love snow and being cold, don't come here. just don't do it. It's terrible. It's too freaking hot. I swear I was born in the wrong country as far as weather's concerned. Like I love my country, like I love Australian stuff. I'm not super patriotic or anything. Like that's a bit, that concept is a bit weird to me. Where people are just like die hard, like, anyway, that's a whole different kettle of fish, or that might even be an Aussie saying, I don't know. But I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, because I've been here my whole life and I love it. Even though we have some really, like, we're super far away from everything here costs a fortune, but it's great. And Melbourne, where I live, I think it's like the 4th or 5th year in a row that it's been voted the most livable city. So we got that going for us. And if you ever do intend to come to Australia for a holiday, come to Melbourne. Don't go to Sydney. So Sydney is like the thing in Australia. Like that's what everyone knows. That's like all the tourist destinations and stuff. It's overhyped and it's not that great. Melbourne's way better. And if you're from Sydney, fight me. Basically, Melbourne and Sydney have this like rivalry. People from Melbourne and people from Sydney have this rivalry, like which city's better. But even some Sydney-siders, I don't even know what they're called, scum, agree that Melbourne is better. So there you go. There's my one rant. I'm sure I'll get on another rant as I do. So we're in here for Duro Bombs, which he did not come up, so we couldn't insult him. He is a robot as well, so I don't know whether he's really going to take insult, like whether he'd understand it, but who knows. So actually, you may have just seen there, get that bounty out of the way, that I have access to 9 raids, which is awesome. So I am the leader of Iconic, of my guild. I was appointed leader, let's say a year ago, maybe not that long, I don't know. So Eagle Wars and Scissors were the leaders, and they left to go to Chaos. And they appointed me leader when they left, and I've been doing it ever since. So when I took over, the first thing I wanted to do was max out raid shards. So I've been saving those guild cash coin things, and at the end of the last expedition, we got enough and we maxed out our raid shards. So now we got 9, which is a lot. Considering you start with 4, we've more than doubled it, which is pretty good. So I'm happy about that. Next, I think we're going to go for... We've got 12 badges, 12 tickets, and 12... whatever the other one is. PvP, Trials Gauntlet, and like Invasion, Expedition, GVG. We got 12 of each of those consumables, we'll say. So I think the next thing will be to max them out and get, I think it's 15, might be max. So we'll slowly go one by one and improve those. So that'll be the next thing in line. But it's going to take a while because it took a hell of a long time to save up to get 9 raid shards. But raids are pretty important. So not only do you get gear out of them if you're doing the current top tier and going for gear, but if you like what I'm doing right here and going for item find, capture rate, the more raids you have, the more chance you have of capturing the sons of bitches that never want to be caught. So in my mind, it was like a no-brainer. That was the first thing to max out. I know there's a lot of guilds that max out their item find first. And there's no wrong option, really. It all depends on what you want to do. And I am in no way a dictator or anything like that. So I've always been open with the guys and asked everybody, like what they want to do. And I'm like, I want to go for raid shards. Is everyone cool with that? And they're like, yeah, that sounds great. And then after that happened, I said, what do you want to do next? Do you want to do do you want to do tickets and badges and everything? Or do you want to go for item find? What do you think? And the group consensus was to get the badges and stuff. So that's what we're doing. Another rant. There you go. I can't talk about capture rate the whole time. Like, you've got to... Well, if you've been watching me for a while, you must expect, like, random rants by now. And I do love my tangents. So what are we at? We're at 11 minutes, which is... I could have sworn we were going for longer than that. But I did just record a GVG tips and tricks video, or basically just like a 10-minute video, I think it was around 10 minutes at least, of doing some GVG and going over some tips and tricks and stuff in that as well. So that won't be live yet, I don't think. So I'm recording this on Thursday, obviously, because that's when the capture rate is available, and I'll upload it tonight, so it will come out on Friday. So when you see it, it'll be Friday, and then I'll probably put the GVG, schedule the GVG for either later that day or Saturday. So at the time of seeing this, the GVG video won't be out, that's what I'm trying to say, but it will be out very, very soon. So if you're relatively new to the game, or you're interested in GVG, or anything like that, because I did ask if anyone wanted a GVG video, and there were a few people out there that said yes please, so I made that for you guys, and anyone that's interested, obviously. It is coming, so check that out. And like I said, I did do some like tips and stuff, on easier ways to win, and stuff like that, so yeah, check it out. I'm a fan of auto, as we all know. I try and manual as least as possible, so it's going into GVG with an auto mindset, and then if something happens, then you can go manual and do some things to give you a bit of an edge over the opposition. So yeah, be sure to check it out if interested. Now, Sunday is coming up, and it will be item find. It'll be double item find bonus, because it's a double bonus for this month, which is awesome. As I mentioned last Sunday, I did waste a broccoli, which is a weird sentence to say. I wasted a broccoli, but I did. I accidentally put the broccoli on, thinking it was just item find in my head because I'm dumb. And then I went, because it gives you all the 4 bonuses. And then I just got in my motion of just going boots, yes. Experience, yes. Gold find, yes. And then I overridden, whatever it is, the broccoli, and wasted it. And I went, well, shit. And then I used the delicious feast, I believe it was. But I still have those 3 cocoa that we got for, I don't even know what it was for. But we got 3 cocoa at the start of this month. Maybe it was for the Christmas thing, I can't remember. Either way, I got 3 cocoa, which are basically the same as broccoli and delicious feast. They are half super scrolls, so 75% bonus across the board here, across these 4 bonuses. So we'll chuck one of them on. So we'll have 100% item find from the daily bonus double. We'll have 75% from the cocoa, and then we'll have the bonuses from heroic raid. The bonuses from using 5... What is it? It's badges? Ticket tokens? Might be... I'm going to go with tokens. What is it? Gauntlet tokens? will give us some extra, doing 5 of them will give us some extra item find. And then also world bosses, we're going in normal, so there will be no bonus to that. Now, actually, speaking of world bosses, that's a good segue, and another rant incoming right about now. I did get a message during the week, and as I mentioned, whenever I get messages during the week, I like to address them in these videos when they come up. So I did get a message during the week about world boss, and the question was something along the lines of, "Hey man, I'm stuck on world boss. He's whoever this was. I've forgotten your name, sorry, because I get heaps of comments and messages and stuff. But he had relatively the same amount of TS as me, about 3.5k, and he was trying to do hard, world boss hard, and he wasn't super successful about it. And he said, how far am I / me, so him and me, because we're about the same as I mentioned, off doing heroic, and should I just keep doing hard, or should I try and get some like whales to carry me, all that sort of stuff." So my advice is, if you're in a guild where you are like quite low level in that guild, and then you got full of like really high players and whales and all that sort of stuff that can carry you and are happy to, then shit, yeah, go for heroic if you can, because like you can get set pieces and mythics and all that good stuff. But or friends, if you've got high level friends and stuff that are happy to partner up and stuff. But that is like a 1 in a million scenario, right? That's probably not the case for most players. Most players will be in a guild around their similar level, and they might have 1 or 2 high level players and stuff, but generally not enough to do heroic. So it leaves and begs the question, do I do normals or do I do hard? Now, hard will give you, I think it's 50% better item find. We'll have a check after this raid. So in theory, doing hard is better. Well, on paper, doing hard is better. But the problem with that is you need 5 players, all of a decent TS tally total, to be able to do hard. And you need a tank in the front and all the rest of it. So you need like a proper setup and quite a bit of TS to do hard. So if we go summon, sure, this will do normal. So normal is just bleh. Hard gives you 25% item find, so it's like it's not even 50, and heroic gives you 50, but heroic also gives you the loot table of set pieces and mythics and stuff. Hard is just the same loot table as normal. So knowing that it's 25, I thought it was 50, so it's even worse. So my advice is, if you're trying to do hard, you're going to have so let's talk about all ag world boss, that you need 5 people to do hard. You're going to need a tank at the front, and then, you know, maybe a healer, or just 4 people or whatever. Either way, even if you don't have a tank, you're still going to need 5 people to do it, and they're all going to have to be decent, like 3.5k plus TS or something like that. And quite often you'll sit in the lobby and wait for people to come in, and someone will come in that's like 2.8k, and you're going to have to kick him and wait for, I can do raids while I'm talking about this. And it'll take ages, right, to get the 5 people you want, and then you'll do one, and then like maybe 2 of those 5 people won't come back, and then you got to wait for 2 more, etc., and it's a giant pain in the ass. Whereas normal is 25% item find less, same loot table, and you can do it with just 2 people. You don't really need to worry about having a tank or this or that or whatever. You just have you, and then you wait for someone else to join, and you go and you smash it out in like 4 seconds, and it's really super easy, and like just way less of a pain in the ass. So yeah, my advice to that guy was, obviously I didn't write this much of a rant, but was just do normals with you and a random person that comes in. You can smash them out real quick. You're gonna have 25% less item find, which is negligible and doesn't really make that much of a difference, and your life's not gonna be so hard, and you're probably not gonna go insane waiting for the perfect hard team to come up. If you can somehow do a heroic, do that. Otherwise, just smash out normal. That's my advice. Soz and recording. Talk after. If I can type. There we go. Let's put that down there and close. Yeah, so there we go. There's a rant about World Boss. I don't think hard's worth it at all. Just do normal or heroic if you can. Just forget hard exists. If hard had access to, so say let's say Heroic had access to set pieces and mythics, and Hard had access to just like had access to either the set pieces or the mythics. Heroic had access to both, and Normal had access to none. Then Hard might be worth it because, oh, okay, I'm doing Hard. I have the chance of getting, let's say mythics, right? So let's say let's say set pieces. Let's say Hard has access to set pieces. Okay, I'm doing Hard, and this is the pain in the ass getting everybody together, but I do have the chance of getting a set piece out of this. It's worth. And it probably would be worth to get sets out of it. But considering it's the exact same loot table as Normal, as far as I'm aware, I'm like, in every other thing, Normal and Hard has always been the same, and then Heroic has the bonuses to it. For 25 item find, it's so not worth it. So, yeah. Anyway, we've done that to death. We've discussed that more than it needed to be discussed. But it was a topic that came up, and I did want to discuss it. So, we have not had a... pardon me. We have not had an epic fam wanting to join us, so we haven't been able to call it a piece of shit. Like I mentioned, they are robots, so they may not even understand us. However, if they're going around attacking things and stuff, they must have some form of intelligence. So maybe they do. Who knows? What are we at? We're at 20 minutes. Let's do one more. Let's go back to the old favorite. Alright? Because if Driffin comes up, I'm all about calling him a piece of shit. Let's get this bounty out of the way too. And apparently a lot of you guys are quite happy for slightly longer videos and stuff. So I mentioned we'll go for between the 20 and 30 minute mark. Usually I try to cap out around the 20 minute mark. So we'll go a little bit longer. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Now, in other news, this is in no way happening yet. It's just a potential. But I might be moving house early next year. And if I do, to the place that we have the potential to move into at least, we'll have much better internet. Which means that it's going to be a hell of a lot easier for me to upload videos, because at the moment, uploading a Bit Heroes video takes about 3 hours or so, because my internet is horrible. I have 8 megabit, 8 to 10, sometimes 12 download, but I have like 0.7 upload. So that might give you insight into how long it actually takes to upload stuff. And then stuff like my Let's Play stuff like XCOM, that takes about 6 hours per episode. And I have to upload daily, so yeah. It's kind of shit. Like overnight, I upload basically an episode a night. So it's rough. Either way, I have the potential to have better internet, which would be good, and means uploading videos and stuff will be a lot easier, which means I can batch record the Let's Play stuff and upload a heap of them at once, which will be a lot easier for me and better for me, but it also gives me the ability to stream, which I've never done before and I've always wanted to. So if you were, there's been a heap of you out there that have asked me, hey man, when do you stream? Like, do you stream, etc., etc. If that whole move goes ahead, then I can stream, and that would be pretty cool. I've never streamed before, as I said. I have no idea about how to go setting that up. So if you are a streamer, or you've streamed before, or you know anything about it, with Twitch and all that stuff, I wouldn't mind picking your ear about it. Is that a phrase? I may have just made up a phrase, picking your ear. That doesn't sound very pleasant. Talking to you about it and getting ideas and stuff on how to set all that up. So yeah, if you know anything about streaming, let me know in the comments, and we can have a chat on Discord or something if you're happy to do so. Speaking of Discord, I may as well plug it again. I don't get any money or anything out of it, so me plugging it isn't a financial gain for me, obviously. But particularly for Bit Heroes, there is a heap of players in there. From my YouTube channel and from my guild and everything. There's, I don't know last count, but you know, there's over 100 more, probably 200 maybe, Bit Heroes players on my Discord, on the channel's Discord that offer advice and friend slots and all that good stuff. So if you are looking for some higher level friends or some advice or anything like that, and you're struggling to find it, because I know World Chat is just the worst, for me at least, and the official Bit Heroes Discord can sometimes be hit and miss, please come and join our Discord, and we're all a good bunch of people, and all we want to do is help. So yeah, if we can help, then join up. The link will be in the description below, and we'd love to see you there. Either way, that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell